Hi everybody, welcome to Talk to Georgian, another weekly live chats here on Instagram. My name is Jenny Thompson. I am the social media specialist here at Georgian College, and today we are going to be talking all about student services. So now we're almost at the end of week one of our summer semester. So way to go, everybody! You're doing amazing. And so for any new students or for any current students who want some more help with adjusting to the online delivery, we're going to be taking a lot of questions today just about student services, where you can find them, how they can help, and all that kind of thing. So thank you to everybody. Hi, hello. Everybody's joining in today, saying hello. Thanks for joining us. So we're going to be talking to a couple different people today. First, in a few minutes, we're going to be talking to Suzie Addison-Toor. She is the Director of Social Innovation and Student Success here at Georgian. And then we're going to be bringing in Kailey Hawkins, a Student Recruitment Specialist here at Georgian. So you might be wondering, all of our campuses are closed. How do you access these services? Things like the library, accessibility, testing services, One Card, Indigenous student advisors, the food locker, tutors, all that kind of stuff. All of those services are still available. So if you have any questions about any of our student services, please put them down below, and we will do our best to get through as many as we can today. And I'd just like to do a quick shout out to Sid from our International Senator, who has popped up in the comments already under the International Center's Instagram account, I See Georgian. And he's going to be helping answer some questions for us today that we're not able to touch on in the chat. And for sure, especially for international students, give their account a follow. They do live chats 3 times a week, so that's fantastic. Just to stay connected with our international students, so that's fantastic. And as well, just a side note, a lot of our student services are on Instagram. So, for sure, following the main Georgian account, we try and share as much as possible. But if there's something in particular, like GCSA or International Center, or the One Card even, a lot of these things are on are on Instagram, sorry. So give those a follow for the latest updates. Quick shout out to One Card at Georgian One Card. You can give them a follow. And before we get started, before we're going to bring Susie in just a moment, I just want to remind everybody that a really great resource is our website, GeorgianCollege.ca. There's tons and tons of information on there, tons of resources, including the information we're going to be talking about today. As well, we have our COVID-19 updates and information on our page, our special COVID-19 pages. So you can't miss it. GeorgianCollege.ca, bright orange bar across the top. And that'll take you to the main page. And there's tons of commonly asked questions that we've answered on there. So let's jump in. So we're going to bring in Susie here in just a moment. Oh. Okay. So we're going to be bringing in Susie. She is the Director of Social Innovation and Student Success here at Georgian. Okay, so we'll bring her in just a moment. And thank you again to everybody for joining us today. So again, if you have any questions about student services, we've got a ton. Please put them in the comments below. And as Sharon has pointed out there as well, GeorgianCollege.ca, always a really great resource to find any of this information. And for seeing some questions coming in about September intake and all of that stuff, those latest updates are on our website on GeorgianCollege.ca. And our latest announcement is just that we are planning to move forward with online delivery wherever possible, with on-campus in-person activities allowed, but only when absolutely necessary. So just waiting to bring in Susie here. Okay, we'll get her coming up here. And just as we're waiting to connect, I'll just quickly show you guys, flip this around, And we've got some of our student services right here. If you want to give them a quick follow on Instagram, some really great resources for finding the latest information or connecting with fellow students or connecting with different services. So you've got those listed here of all of some of them that you can access. So that's great. Great, just waiting for Susie to connect still. So we'll just, so again, it's great to see some chatter in the comments there about how you're feeling this upcoming year. We love the excited comments. That's good. And we want to keep you, excited. Let's see here. Sorry guys, we're just working on some technical issues here. So Susie, you just need to accept that and we'll get her in here. As I see the IC Georgian account there for fall updates. There's the latest updates there. We can post more as we have them. We are planning to confirm more details in mid-June. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Again, a great place to go is our website. You can find all the latest information on there. So it's GeorgianCollege.ca, and this bright orange bar, or on the main page, is this right here. And if you click there, it'll take you to our COVID-19 page. Very handy. It's broken down by semester, by different areas. And actually today we're going to be chatting all about student services, which you can find out more on here. We've answered a lot of commonly asked questions on there. As well, there is a page for international students for updates on there, and so on. So that's great. And the student services, if you click on there, you can find a lot of different resources, mental health resources, library services, what if you need files on the G Drive, what do you do, that sort of thing. So we've got tons of information there ready to go. And yes, I'm seeing Kailey message. I think maybe we will bring Kailey in from student recruitment. Just to, I think we're having some technical difficulties with Suzie. Let's see here. Oh, wait. We're going to give it one more go here. We did it. Hi, Susie.
I have to do my settings for microphones. I apologize.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Just glad to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Great. So you are the Director of Social Innovation and Student Success at Georgian. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do, what that means?
Sure. So my raison d'etre, or my reason for being here at Georgian College, is to ensure that we are graduating students that flourish both at Georgian and in the community. So not just survive, but actually flourish. And so we do that by offering change-making activities. So Georgian is the one and only change-maker college in Canada. So that looks at social innovation and really interesting activities that bolster students' creativity and curiosity on how to do things differently. And I also help with the student services. So specifically for this chat, I'm one of 4 student services team members that offer a plethora, a whole bunch of different student services to ensure that our students are successful at Georgian College.
Yeah, fantastic. And just shout out to, speaking of what I was saying earlier about a bunch of our services on Instagram, Changemaker at Georgian. There you go. Another great follow. Just jumping into some of those student services. So Georgian actually has student success advisors. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So each academic program is assigned to a student success advisor. And a student success advisor is your support person to help you both with personal and academic resilience. So it's your person to connect with if you're having problems, challenges with anything to do with your academic progression at school. If you have some questions that you have around courses, whether you add drop, as well as your progression through to the next semester, but more importantly, about study skills, about how to be successful in terms of your academic success at Georgian College. So how to study, how to read a textbook, how to cope with some of the stresses that are associated with the academic cycle. And in addition to that, your student advisors are also there to support you in terms of some of the current challenges that you might be facing with roommates, with accessing services on campus, with feeling a little bit overwhelmed, with connecting with other services on campus like counselors or accessibility advisors or finance folks. So they're really your person to ensure that you are embracing Georgian's experience as much as you can and really putting your best foot forward in terms of your success.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
So Jenny, I do want to mention too that a student would find out who their advisor is by going to the student portal. The student portal is such an important resource for students. And if a student opens up their portal, on the left-hand side at the very, very top, will be a picture of their student advisor with the contact information. And you simply click on the contact information and you can get in touch with your student advisor.
And if you don't know where the student portal is as well, you can just go to our website, GeorgianCollege.ca, and just go to log in. And there's the student portal right there.
That's right.
Well, that's perfect. So this is a look inside mine. So I don't have a student advisor, but I guess you would.
So right where that little box is?
Yeah.
And if you were a student, you'd see a picture of your student advisor right there.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. So while you have that open too, oops, you just closed it. But on that student portal are these fantastic blue buttons. And the buttons are sort of your access to all the resources that you need. So in particular, on the other side, Jenny, if you just want to sort of, there you go. On the other side, there is a student remote learning kit, which will have a whole bunch of resources to really ensure that when you're approaching your online learning, you have an opportunity to look at some of those resources to be successful and sort of work your way through how you're going to approach your learning. The other piece, if you just go over to the side there's sort of a, there you go, right there. If you click on that huge, there you go, right there. That is a one-stop shop for all of our student services and our resources available to students. So we tried to put together a, again, just a one-pager so that students could navigate really, really quickly. Click on library services, click on wellness and, or accessibility and well-being, click on how to get to the registrar's office, for example. So that is a really handy one-pager that will help students navigate throughout the resources at Georgian College.
Perfect. Awesome. It's great to see lots of resources there for them, even though we're all online. So that's perfect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great. So tell us about if somebody wants to connect with a student advisor, what would they do?
So we're online, as we all know, so we're all studying online. So our student advisors are ready to support you virtually. So when you click on your student advisor's contact information, it will allow you to book an appointment with your advisor. And you will then have a choice of how to communicate with your advisor. You could just simply have some questions and email your advisor and they will respond with some information. The more preferable way is to sort of click on that link and create yourself an appointment so that you can connect with your advisor virtually. And we're doing that through WebEx. And WebEx is also the platform that all the students are going to be using to learn to do their academics on. So will become very familiar. So WebEx is an opportunity to virtually communicate with your student advisor and build that relationship so that you're entering into a relationship with your student advisor through your travels or your journey here at Georgian College.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just quickly show as well the student advisor's email that you can also reach out to if anybody wants to connect that way.
That's right.
Awesome. So can you tell us about what a typical appointment would look like? I guess generally speaking.
Yeah, so that's a really big question. So the first thing that the student advisors will want to know is how you're doing, what kind of experience that you're having, and then what's the purpose for coming and connecting. So honestly, Jenny, it's such a wide area of possibility. But I think that the number one thing around this is if once you create a relationship with someone that you know is going to have your back, then all of a sudden it opens up and all of a sudden you have somebody in your corner to help you be successful. So it could be about someone struggling financially, and so let's get you in touch with the finance office. Or it could be somebody that is really needing some counseling, so let's refer you off to a counselor that we have here at Georgian College that you can also book an appointment with online. Or I'm struggling in my academics and I do need some support in terms of how to study. So let's talk about that. Let's do some work around figuring out how you study best. Mm-hmm. It's a very strengths-based approach, which means that we are building upon the strengths of the students and using the strengths to build their capacity towards success.
Yeah, so it's really academically and personally.
Absolutely, yeah.
Building that resilience for sure. Mm-hmm. And some services are doing sort of virtual drop-ins too?
Yes. And so again, at the beginning, I said I was one of 4. So we have accessibility and well-being. We have our library services and academic success. And we also have our career and co-op. And so I'll give you an examples in our library services. Our team offers drop-in math tutoring, for example. And if you go onto the library services website, you will see all the different opportunities for drop-in support around your academics. The other opportunity would be for a drop-in session with a student advisor where you are meeting with other people online, maybe from your cohort or maybe from a collection of programs that are talking together just about answering general questions about, what the semester is going to look like and what's add and drop, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. All right, cool. And there really is a preference for, because some people maybe not as comfortable with the face-to-face, they might want to email, but there really is a preference and a benefit for the students, right? For having more of the virtual connection face-to-face that way.
Yeah, and again, the virtual face-to-face helps you build a relationship with your advisor or your counselor or the person that you're working with in other areas. For those that really shy away from that, of course, there's email, there is an opportunity to phone. So there's lots of ways to communicate and connect with the folks that are going to support you. But it's always nice to actually have a face-to-face, just like I am with you, Jenny, and we're having conversation here, and it's a different kind of conversation that we would have if I was just on the phone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I want to jump into the library a bit too, because I know that's a huge resource that our students use. Mm-hmm. So how can people connect with the library since it's closed right now?
The library has worked really hard at making sure that their website is up to date. So the best thing that I can suggest is for students to go to the library webpage, and they can access that again on the student portal. At the top of your student portal, there's a list of all the different services, and there is student services. You click on that, and there's library services right there. And so you will see once you go over to the library that there are the same services that you would normally get, but they're virtual now. So whether it is help with your writing a paper, whether it is assistance with some research, or whether that is some academic support in terms of the drop-in math center, for example. So there you go. So that team has really made an effort to make sure that students are getting the support that they need to be successful in their courses through making sure that their services are virtual. Yeah. And that would be the same with career and co-op as well, and also the same with any of the counseling, the mental health and well-being programs, even athletics. So again, if we go over to our student portal today, for example, there is a blog or an article or something that you can click on, and you can see that they have a whole bunch of activities for you in athletics to ensure that you're staying healthy at home. So we've really wrapped around students at Georgian to make sure that they're getting the supports that they need when they're studying in a virtual environment. There you go.
Perfect. To do a shout out to our friends in the library at Georgian College Library, and our fitness team is on there as well. I'll include those in the comments for people to easily click on. So it's great. We're everywhere. So. And the GCSA, the Georgian College Students Association, that follows under you as well. And they've been quite active online, especially in the last couple of months as well. There's still virtual events and they're still connecting with students all the time. Can you tell us about how they can help students, this new semester?
So I'll mention a couple of things. First of all, our GCSA, so our Georgian College Student Association, has been really active, again, providing supports online. So again, student portal, you'll see all the different activities. They're virtual activities like online bingo, for example. But in addition to that, they've also made sure that students can also access our food lockers. So if we were on campus, we have a food locker service to provide students with food if they are food insecure. So in Barrie, for example, we have partnered with the Barrie Food Bank. So students can still go online and apply through the food locker program, and their information will then get picked up by the food bank. So students can go to the Barrie Food Bank and access the food if they are feeling food secure. So that is one of the relationships that the GCSA has fostered. Other campuses have other mechanisms, for example, if a student is feeling that they have a need as well. So that's the food locker. In addition, we also have the peer mentor. So the peer mentors have really bolstered their services to specifically support our semester 1 students. So those are students that have never set foot on a Georgian campus, but have joined us day 3 to study online. And our peer mentors will soon be reaching out to those students to connect with them socially, but also ensure that they know how to navigate the opportunities available to them. So whether that's recreational online activities, but also to help them navigate the services at Georgian. So those are our peer mentors, our Grizzly peer mentors.
Perfect. And we have so many student services. We'd be here all day talking about them. For any ones that we couldn't cover in detail, where would you suggest people go to find out more?
I would suggest the student portal is always your go-to. You've got your those 4 buttons. So for the student services particularly, you have the student services at the very top of your student portal. But there's also frequently asked questions for students. That's, again, if you click on that, there's frequently asked questions that are there for each of the student service areas. And again, if students are having any concerns at all and need some information, that's your first point of contact, is to try to navigate that student portal to get the answers they need. And if they can't find the answers that they need, I would suggest emailing the student advisor email, and your email will be forwarded to the correct service. There you go.
Perfect. And I'll also mention we've got on our COVID-19 page, so on GeorgianCollege.ca, if you click on this link here, it'll take you to the COVID page. And we do have a student services tab here, and there's, that'll take you here. And there's more information on here about, how to connect to things right now, the latest updates on those as well. In that section, it says how to contact student services during the campus closure. If you click that, it'll actually take you to an updated list of broken down with all the contact information, their hours, and all of that. So for sure, check that out. Again, another reason why our website is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna switch things over here a little bit. So thank you so much, Susie, for
just in closing, Jenny, before
yeah.
I go, I know it's day 1, 2, 3 of studies. And so just a message out to any of the students that are on our Instagram interview right now is it's day 3 and our faculty are really interested in making sure that they're connecting with you. So one of the messages that I want to leave with students is please log into your Blackboard. Please log into each one of your courses and make sure that you are having a look at your syllabi. Logging in gives us the indication that you have the equipment that you need, that you are ready to study, and we really want to make sure that we're supporting you the best way you can. So please log in.
Perfect. Excellent advice. All right, great. Well, thank you, Susie, for chatting with us, for answering our questions today.
Okay, take care. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. So we're going to bring Kailey in just for the last little bit in a moment. So for anyone who's just joining us, we're talking about student services. We were just chatting with Suzie Addison-Toor, who is the Director of Social Innovation and Student Success here at Georgian College. So for any questions that you might have answered, we covered, GCSA, library services, student success advisors and how they can help you, those sorts of things. We will be posting this to our Instagram and Facebook after it's done. So for sure, keep an eye out for that. And we also know that we're focused just on this one topic today, but we really do want to support you with, the other questions that you might have. We've been getting lots of different questions coming in about, transcripts, residence, lockers, what the latest updates for fall intake, even specific program questions about, new students and grades and that sort of thing. All of those questions are addressed actually on our website on our COVID-19 updates page. So again, GeorgianCollege.ca is a really great place, and we've answered a lot of our commonly asked questions there. So for sure, check that out. So now we're going to be jumping back into some more questions. So if Kailey can, we'll get Kailey up here in just a moment. Okay, great. Kailey Hawkins is a student recruitment specialist at Georgian. Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you.
You've been with us before, our very first talk to Georgian.
It's true. I had that distinct pleasure.
Well, thank you for coming back. So tell us a little bit about what you do at Georgian.
Sure. So I'm a student recruitment officer. So if I help people get connected with the answers they need. So if someone is thinking about coming to Georgian, if they're not sure what the process is, who to talk to, or don't even know where to begin, you begin with us. And there's 4 of us that are on full time all the time. And we're here available to talk to you just about anything to do with coming to college. We may not have all of the answers, but we can certainly be a great place to start and direct you with the people that you do need to talk with. Yeah, that's kind of a very succinct way to put that. We're sort of the conduit, if you will.
Well, perfect. So if somebody has questions about student services, then, for instance, our topic today, how can you guys help them?
Sure. We do get asked about that. It's a little different for students that are coming into Georgian than students that are already there. Students that are coming in may not even know that this exists. And so it's our job to kind of illustrate the supports that are available and let them know that it's not simply a matter of giving you the admission letter and then, okay, see ya, you're out of here. We have to help them to understand that that support system is in place to help them to succeed. Essentially, the way that I talk about it with anyone that I'm talking to when they're thinking about coming to Georgian is once you've received that admission letter saying that you're in, academically, we figure you can handle it. You've done everything we've asked you to. You've got the admission criteria. You've jumped through the hoops. And after that, each person's experience about post-secondary is unique. So that's our job, is to let them know that those supports are in place, whether you need mental health support, whether you need accessibility services, testing services, all of those things can come into play and help you to be successful.
Yeah. And speaking of mental health supports as well, can you tell us about, for mental health as an example of what Georgian can offer their students?
Sure. Yeah. We've got personal counseling, academic counseling. It's all confidential. Your student advisor, as Susie was talking about, is going to reach out and connect with you one-on-one. So you've got someone to talk to once you become a student here. And they're going to help to let you know exactly what's available. But you may not know what's going on. Like, you may just feel a little bit off. You just need to talk to somebody, and that's what that's for. It's all included within your student fees. There's no additional fees. It's totally confidential, and it's just a place where you can go and talk to somebody in a safe place and hopefully sort some things out so that it won't impact your academics and help you to be successful. It's a really supportive environment. I can't say enough about them. And again, the confidentiality piece is really important as well. I've actually taught a course at the college as well, and I've had students that have had accommodations, and I wasn't told what the details were, just that these accommodations were in place to help them to be successful, and that was that. So you don't have to feel worried that anything is going to be exposed or anything. It's really kind of fantastic.
Yeah, we'll take it. Kind of fantastic. I like it. And what are some of the other common questions that you guys get about student services?
Well, we get questions about accessibility. For incoming students, they are curious about IEPs and what those accommodations might look like. And for those that don't know what that is, that's an individual education plan. And those are support systems that are in place to help learners that learn differently be successful. So that's kind of what it's all about. The thing you need to know about that, though, for any incoming students that are thinking about coming here, is that due to the confidentiality piece, we don't check records. You do have to self-identify and self-advocate as far as coming to us and letting us know that you'd like to meet and talk with somebody. But you can set up an appointment with an accessibility advisor, and they'll talk to you about what's possible, what accommodations can be put into place. And again, it's confidential. It's not shared with your instructors. It's not shared with your peers. And it's a sensational program. The other one we get a lot of questions about are testing services. And for any mature students that are out there that are maybe missing admission criteria or just are interested in coming back to school, that's certainly an option as well. On the website, there's just scads of information. It's everywhere. And if you know where to look, if you can flip the camera around, I can show you some places to search. So this is for incoming students, that if you're interested in looking up some student supports, then if you want to go over to Student Life, this is the main page that Jenny's on right now. So this is, go over to the tab Student Life, and you can see everything there under Student Services. Those are all sort of a highlight of everything that we have, from accessibility, as I mentioned. That could be anything from an intellectual need for accessibility or a physical one. If you break your arm and you can't write notes, then that's an accessibility need. We can hook you up with someone to help you to take notes in class, you know, when we're back on the campus in classes again. As a note about that as well, peer services and tutoring. Tutoring's all included as well. And if you've got great grades and you're interested in making some money when we are back on campus, then that's a place where you can get hired as a tutor as well to help other students. But you can see counseling is there, health services, Indigenous services, testing down at the bottom if you want to click on that one. You can see all kinds of information about the different types of tests that are available. International students might want some information about some tests that they're requiring. The communications placement assessment is probably the biggest one that we get asked about.
There's my Wi-Fi. Okay, there we go.
So there's some information about testing services during COVID-19, but if you want to scroll to the bottom of that, Jenny. And those are all tabs that you can open up. So IELTS, if you're interested in that as an international student. The CPA, HOE, and Ontario Learn, those are the ones that we get asked about as recruiters quite frequently. Contact information and hours, all kinds of good stuff in there. But truly, I know we've said it a bunch of times in these Instagram sessions before. Just take a few minutes and go for a walk through our website. The information you're looking for is there, and if it's not, if you can't find it, or if you just and are not sure how to navigate that, then right at the top of the screen, Jenny.
Ooh. Flipped around, yep.
Up at the top of the screen on the right, there's a button right in the middle, talk with a recruiter. You can book a 30-minute appointment to talk with either myself or my colleagues. And again, we may not have all of the answers that you're looking for, but we are a great place to start. You can come in and you can talk to us about what it looks like to come to school. You can ask us about specific program questions, if you've got questions about admission, anything like that. And we're going to do anything we can to get you those answers that you need. And additionally, if you do want to apply during these calls, we are going to cover the $95 OCAS fee as well.
Fantastic. Your dog is super pumped about it.
I'm sorry, my window's open. It's a really nice day.
That's okay. He's just excited.
It's
he's
true.
really excited about the OCAS.
He's an excited guy.
Okay, great. And then, so I guess we should wrap up here. We're just over our usual time. Is there anything you'd like to add, about how Georgian's student services stand out, or, any other particular points?
Top notch. I mean, I can't say specifics, again, due to the confidentiality piece, and everyone's experience is unique. But I can tell you that please don't let any kind of accessibility or learning difference or anxiety or anything like that be a barrier. That's not a reflection of your intellectual ability or your academic ability. Those are just circumstantial, and we can help you with that. So please feel free to ask those questions and to make those appointments, and know that you're going to be dealing with professionals that are going to be able to help you to get from where you are to where you want to go. I can't say enough about accessibility services. I didn't, to finish, I guess, with a little personal story, you'd be surprised how many people access them. I didn't necessarily do that for myself when I was at Georgian, but in the institution I went to for my first go around with school, I suffered from exam anxiety. And I came from a really small high school that had like 300 people to a really large school where I was writing my final exams in a room with like 1,000 other people. And I didn't do well. And that was not a reflection of my abilities. It was environmental. So I had to learn coping techniques, and I had to learn about how to manage my own anxiety and stress. And because of those types of supports, I was able to be successful. And so that's everybody, right? So don't be scared. Don't be shy. It's there to help you. And there's no silly questions. I've been at this 12 years now in recruitment, and I've heard it all. There are no silly questions. If you don't know, feel free to make an appointment and just ask us.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that, Kailey.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to wrap it up here. So thank you so much, Kailey. And thank you to Susie as well for joining us today and answering all these questions. Thank you for everybody who put in some questions as well. Anything that we couldn't touch on today, please check our website at GeorgianCollege.ca. All of the information we talked about today is on there, as well as all the other questions people are asking, which we totally understand. Lots of, looking for international student updates, fall intake updates, transcripts, information about specific programs or residents, even how do you access your locker. All that stuff is listed on our website. If you go to GeorgianCollege.ca and then head over to our COVID-19 page. I'll just flip that around once more for you. So just add that orange bar, and that'll take you to our COVID-19 page. Very handy, broken down by semester and, even student services, what we talked about today. There's more information all about that on here as well, just to help you be successful this summer semester and going forward. Again, we also have some contacts. If you'd like to get in touch with a student advisor, this is the best email address for that, studentadvisors@GeorgianCollege.ca. As well, if you're interested in emailing with our recruitment team, you can see the breakdown there for domestic and international students. Again, Sid from our International Center has been in our comments. From IC Georgian, give them a follow. You can always reach out to international@GeorgianCollege.ca as well for more information. And again, here are some of our fantastic student services, which are on Instagram. So give them a follow. They're all fantastic, all providing lots and lots of updates and information. So that's a wrap for today. Please join us again next week on Thursday, May 28th at 1 p.m. We're going to have another live chat about another topic. So please keep an eye out for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, everybody, and take care. See you then.